all the Husker pages, please.
Is this a live one?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going.
I'm doing the intro right now.
Cool.
Welcome to NBNR, the authority on unfiltered opinions and authentic player insight for Nebraska athletics. Connect with us on Twitter, Instagram, and at nbnrpodcast.com.
We have the saying, no block, no rock.
You know, we just really love Otter. He's a junkyard dog.
Kenny Bell ran up to me. He's like, you know what you just did?
You get mad when you go get in the portal and go to another podcast?
You know, usually dumbbells are in pairs. They had 5 dumbbells.
Dang on it, Muhammad!
GBR.
All right. We are live.
Are we on?
We are live. You need something?
Get it.
Heck yeah, get your beer.
Sorry, you
Let's
guys have
go.
seen us a couple of times.
That's part of the thing with this,
Yes.
guys. We are tailgating live on a party bus. We got a bunch of degenerates needing beer. They're going to interrupt us. He's making a Bloody Mary. Right?
Yeah, look at that.
Doing
Doing it for the show.
just a
red
Busch
beer.
Light.
Red beer.
Red beer.
Yes.
Brought to
So-
you by Campbell's.
We are on, so Mike, your buddy,
River City Concrete,
River City Concrete.
the owner of River City Concrete. Shout out River City Concrete for hosting us here at the tailgate in Lot 8, right outside Memorial Stadium on the north side. If you're or if you're in Lincoln, swing by, come see us.
That's right.
Yeah, we're excited.
So we got Iowa today.
Yeah.
The annual Heroes game. And you guys can't see because of where the camera is, but I'm looking at a Iowa Hawkeye fan as we speak. And I am
Right over here.
sick to my stomach. This man has the gall to wear this Tiger Hawk hat on this bus. It's fine. It's okay. He's a good friend. He's a good egg, as we like to say.
Yeah. But hey, do you guys remember when we beat Iowa?
we don't have the laugh
Yeah,
track.
we
so
don't have the laugh track.
we'll actually have
Trevor, you're supposed to peanut gallery. 24-17. You guys are supposed to help me with that.
You said this, but you have not yet said
What?
who you're calling as the winner here. You said this.
Well,
on the
that'll
right
hey,
now.
listen.
Hey, 24-17.
We 24-17 last year. Now I don't anticipate a score of that magnitude. This is the lowest over/under of all time, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Lowest over/under in NCAA history, 25.5,
Amazing.
which is hilarious.
Sickos game.
Yo,
Sickos. I'm a sicko.
The most sickos game I've ever seen.
I love this shit, man.
The most sickos game I've ever seen. It's gonna come down to it's 2 of the worst offenses in the country
Yep.
and 2 of the best defenses.
But there is one discrepancy between, you said 2 offenses, 2 defenses, but there is a third phase that Iowa will excel at, and we are like an emotional roller coaster when it comes to special teams.
Yeah.
We hope special teams does not determine this game, but we have seen that happen before.
So I'm going out there right now. Tristan Albano has been, on and off. It's tough to read.
True freshman kicker.
But hey, what state is Tristan Albano from?
Nebraska.
The
Nebraska.
fine and great state of Nebraska.
I'm telling you right now, the sicko of the game is going to be Tristan Albano nailing a game winner.
Wow. The sicko
In
of
the
the
cold,
game.
the ball's not going to
In the
freeze
cold.
in the middle of the
This
air.
man is built for it.
He's built different.
Well,
He is built for it.
I mean, yeah, I know this is the Tristan Albano podcast, but that's the reason why he's at Nebraska right now, because of his performance in the state championship game,
Yeah,
where he made clutch kicks.
and it wasn't warm then.
like that's literally why he got the offer, is because of like that one game. If we're being honest, it was that one game where he made those clutch kicks.
I think
in the heat of the moment.
I think the staff was teetering on it, and then they saw that performance, and that was the one that sent it. Like that was the nail in the coffin. Like, we're gonna go get Alvano. But this is the weather for a Nebraska-based kicker.
So guys, when you think of this game, we talked about the over-under being pathetically low, or in my case, I love it, so it's beautifully low.
Yeah.
Sloppy.
They
Play
win
in the slop.
They play in the slop. They love the slop.
They win in the slop.
They win in the slop.
But today, hopefully, they fucking lose in the slop. Now,
We got some comments. I'm gonna scroll in the comments a little bit too.
okay.
I got the comments here too.
We got Husker Army Podcast. Hey, shout out Husker Army Podcast, award-winning podcast from Nebraska Podcast Award Show, hosted by Nebraska Brewing Company. We do have Nebraska Brewing Company beer here with us outside. We're drinking what's ever close to us right now.
Yeah.
Let's see. In the span of the last 5 minutes, I've drank a Nebraska Brewing Company s'mores.
Give me s'mores.
Oh, and s'mores is perfect for this weather.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is what you need.
a Bird Dog Peach Whiskey,
Hey.
and a Michelob Ultra, all within the last 5 minutes.
Absolutely.
So-
I'm impressed and a little disgusted. I'm not sure which was
I'll
more.
just say this:
Okay.
I'm feeling kind of warm. What are you saying? Okay for?
At some point,
Yeah.
I want to
Now.
get back. I want to get back to on our show this week. We talked about if Nebraska wins against Iowa, do they have the right to storm the field at Memorial
Do
Stadium?
the fans have the right?
No. Yeah, and that's why I wanted to get that topic going. James, I need you in here. I want to talk to you about it. Fans, people listening, put it in the comments. Should Nebraska, do they have the right to storm the field if we beat Iowa and become bowl eligible for the first time since 2016?
If you're asking me, I say storm the hell out of that bitch. You only live once, because look, when you die, guys, I don't know if this is news
No,
to you.
if we die, we die.
Well, if we
If
die.
we die, we die.
Yeah, here's the thing. When you die, because it's going to happen,
I haven't
There's-
died yet. I don't know.
nothing is going to come after. There's nothing after death, guys. I don't know if you knew this. So just have fun while you're here. Storm that bitch. Have fun. Oh, we have standards.
No.
We're Nebraska. We're not Iowa.
Dave,
Yeah, because
we got
they're better than
Dave
us.
on the bus. If Nebraska wins, do they have the right to storm the field for the first time being bowl eligible since 2016?
Oh,
I'm on the fence.
Why are you on the fence?
Oh, you got to pick a side.
Come here.
Gotta-
They go for it. They go
Yeah.
for it.
yeah, baby.
Hey, send it, right?
Send it.
Hey, Dave's in on it. Put it in the chat.
Okay, now there was some discrepancy on the plot on this. So
I
Yeah.
am still rocking with my answer that you only rush that field if you're beating a top 10 team. I understand Iowa at 16. It's a rivalry win. You get
There we
bowl
go.
eligible. I don't know. I can't get myself there.
We have a fan here all the way from Colorado Springs. Let's ask him. If Nebraska
like, go ahead.
wins against Iowa today, do they have the right to storm the field to become bowl eligible for the first time since 2016?
Do they have the right, the fans?
The fans.
fans.
Do the fans
No.
have the right? No.
No.
Tell us why. You come.
It's just it's set too low of a standard to rush the field.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
baby.
in.
Too
I
low of a
said
standard.
I said top 10 team. You rush
Top
every
10,
time.
yeah.
They're ranked.
Yeah.
They're a rival. They're the Big Ten West champion, and we haven't beat the Memorial Stadium in
2011.
since 2011.
Yeah. Good reason to.
A lot of reasons, yeah.
Oh.
Good reasons to.
Oh, we're convincing
But
you.
is it good
I
enough?
just couldn't do it.
But yeah, is it good
Okay.
enough?
I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it.
Okay.
I
I
feel
will
like
meet-
I feel like the standard would be too low. I feel like I'd be letting my standard down a little bit.
Well,
I will beat you at midfield, shirts off,
Let's
swinging it
go!
around,
Let's do it.
swinging it
Yeah.
around our head.
put it this way: if I start seeing people do it, I'm doing it. And you came all the way
If
from
you do it,
Colorado
I'll
Springs.
do it. I promise. Yeah.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
came all the way here. You might as well enjoy
I'll
yourself.
join in.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, too. Like, a lot of people saying, we can't do it. We're Nebraska. You got to have standards. First of all, I mean, Nebraska has done it before, and yes, they played Oklahoma. They were playing for the Orange Bowl. I get it. But like you were saying, Mike, when you see people start running out there, you start to get an itch. And you want to have some fun,
James,
and you want to join everybody.
explain why you don't think the fans should storm the field if they become bowl eligible for the first time since 2016.
I have 75 words to say.
All right.
Number
I'm
one,
counting.
act like you've been there.
Okay.
Act like you've been.
Folks that have won championships, they don't storm the field. I don't care if it's been 100 years or 25 years. That's what K-State does. That's what Missouri would do. That's what Iowa State would do. That's what Rutgers or Maryland or even Iowa, those hapless Hawkeyes. Nobody should be storming the field if you won championships. In my humble opinion.
Okay. But Nebraska did it in '94 again when they beat Colorado.
No, that's a little bit different.
Well,
because at that point we only had how many championships?
Two.
So it's and there was a drought. What it was 23 years or 21 years, 22 years roughly.
Since 71, yeah.
But also people were more dumberous back then, right? They're not as intelligent as they are now. We don't have social media, and you can see all the crazies online doing stupid stuff all the time. So you can see, that's something I shouldn't do, or whatever. As far as plus it's Nebraska. I mean, I'm
blue blood, right?
Yeah, it's 100%.
It's a blue blood program. Don't do it because you've been there before. You've been the best of the best.
100%. And you know what? Everyone's seen the meme online with the lion. Lions don't give a crap what lambs think about them, right? We're a lion. Although we're really like a lion with no teeth that's been kicked out of the pride. And we're like, some of our hair got a little alopecia. And
tail between our legs.
Yeah. But we're still a freaking lion. We're still blue blood.
We're still a blue blood.
What did Toby Keith say?
Don't talk about me.
Yeah, he did say that. He also said, I ain't as good as I once was.
I ain't as good
as I ever was. I used to be hell on wheels. Back when I was. My point of that story is that we're still Lions. The Hawkeyes, of course, it's funny you talk about the Hawkeyes. I'm glad you brought that up. The Hawkeyes, when they talk about their best series, it's because, or their best year, they went to the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
They got smashed against
They won in the 20s,
I mean, they might have won. But my point is, they talk about it's like they're happy if they're 8-4, which is what Kirk Ferentz is like the best they've ever. And I can't figure out why he's still a coach. By the way,
are you saying
this might be his last game? To be honest,
are you saying that you don't anticipate Iowa winning in Indianapolis?
I would say that Iowa, anyone that goes to Indianapolis from our division is going to get their arses kicked.
I think you're 100% correct. I don't see it being within 30.
I'm super glad nobody asked me that we lost to Wisconsin because I didn't want there to be a chance where we would go and have our spirits high and then get just absolutely embarrassed on national TV like the last time we were there.
I would rather go and get embarrassed. I'd rather be there.
America.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I'd rather go and get
I just like winning games. So, like, if you win more games than you lose, they always let you go to this thing called a bowl game. And
even if you're just 500,
that used to be the guarantee. Like, you would go to a bowl game every single year if you were in Nebraska.
Do you remember?
Even if it was the Charmin Ultra Soft.
Do you remember when the Holiday Bowl and the Alamo Bowl were considered disappointments?
Yeah,
I do.
Dude, I would bet.
And now we're just like
Frank Solich, a disappointment.
I want to go to Yankee Stadium and freeze my ass off to watch this team in a bowl game. I want to play in a baseball stadium.
Yeah,
that's how desperate we are.
But this conversation goes before the season. We all sat down. And James, every Husker fan did this, so you can apply to this too. Everybody sat down, they looked at the schedule, they're like, what would be a successful season in year one under a new staff? And most people, and we said this was not allowed on our podcast, but most people said 6-6. That is growth. We haven't made a bowl game. That would be the bare minimum. Like that would be growth. Like that would be the step forward under this new staff.
That's success.
And that is in the cards today. And people are like upset about it. Like, if we go 6-6 in year one under Matt Rule, it would be the best start he's ever had as a head coach in college football.
His best start prior to Nebraska was 2 wins.
Yes.
He's at 5 right now. We have a real shot at 6 here. And Nebraska's still favored by 2.5.
And we said we were the 5-7. You guys were the 7-5.
Yep.
Because we said no 6-6. That's a cop out. You got to take a side.
You gotta pick a side.
We picked 5-7. I would hate to be right today. I do not want to be right. I don't. Especially when we had 5 wins and we've lost 3 in a row.
It would be 4.
I do want to point out, Mike, that you said you two were 7-5. We are missing a host today, Kyle Byers, who I know is watching right now. Shout out, Kyle, and thank you for the compliment on the hat.
Hopefully you got your shit all figured out.
Yeah. Kyle, our
we don't need to get into
fourth host, does have some hives.
Jesus, he just said it. I said don't get specific. I said
Yeah.
I hope you're
Hey,
dealing
Kyle
with
wasn't
whatever
able
you're
to make it
dealing with.
today.
I think I have a filter.
Kyle wasn't
Hey,
able to
shout
make
out
it today.
KB. We miss you. We would have a nice,
48.
good camera. Instead, we're rolling with an iPhone phone. We had a miscommunication.
Okay.
No, the Jenny's not here. We had a packed party bus. It was a blast on the way down. It's gonna be a blast on the way back after we win. Shout out to James for hosting the best tailgate here in
James,
Lincoln, Nebraska.
Dog.
We're in the top 3 of all Lincoln. We've been ranked. I've also been ranked the most devastatingly handsome obese contractor in Omaha.
I've seen that.
5 years running.
Handsome
Best of
contractor.
Yeah.
Best of
Devastatingly
Omaha.
handsome.
Yeah.
Devastating.
Shorts out here.
Actually, the Iowa fan called me distractingly handsome, which kind of got us worried a little bit. Not a lot though, because I was in submarines and guy gets lonely out at sea. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey,
Well-
thanks for having me on. I gotta go.
Well,
out there
James,
and-
before you
yeah,
go,
yes,
before
sir.
you go, we need to know what is your prediction for today?
Yeah.
So I'm not as I don't think that there's going to be as many points as some of the other ones that are out there. I think we're talking 6-3. I think we're talking 5-3. I think it'd be cool as crap to win 4-3 with 2 safeties. I don't think that's ever happened.
3-2.
That would be even more cooler.
2-0.
Cooler.
Yeah, but
man.
I mean,
3-2.
Iowa probably won't score. We most definitely won't score unless it's some kind of special teams thing. I think that we have as good a chance to win this game as anybody because our defense will keep us in it. I think it's just, I hate to sound so coach speaking cliche, but I think it's going to come down to special teams and some super mistakes, which we can, the ball bounce our way would be really flipping cool. you know? And I mean, I think we have the right quarterback starting. I think that our problem is our offense is just the worst I've ever seen in Nebraska history. I think that's our biggest problem. But to answer your question, I think it's 10 points total game, and I think we either lose by 3 or 1. I think it's a 50-50. I'm going to call it.
Do it.
Nebraska 6, Iowa 2.
62.
That might be a score.
And I'll bet some viewer $100 that happens. You know, take the bet.
Yeah.
We'll wait and see.
So 6-2.
If you want to take the
Hey,
bet, we'll wait and
Iowa
see.
fan, can I borrow $100 by the way?
So we're talking Nebraska forces 3 safeties and Iowa forces 1 safety.
Basically.
Dude,
So I'm down, baby.
the battle of the slop.
Yeah, it's
That's
the
the battle
slot,
of the slop.
baby.
Do the safety dance.
Who's the stats guy on the crew here, by the way? Is that the guy
Connor.
Because
That's
Connor could look it up to see if it's ever happened. A 4-3 game.
4-3 has never happened. That'd be a scoregami.
That would be so freaking
Yeah.
awesome.
Please,
Dude, I don't want to sit in the stadium and watch that. I'm gonna be honest. My blood pressure will be so high.
Hell yeah.
It already is like
It'll keep you warm.
it's
I'd
already
come
like
back down to the
teetering
bus,
of
but I
like
would.
every Nebraska football game. It's so high that I should probably see a doctor. If we win 4-3, my blood pressure I might pass out in the stadium.
Hey,
On the 50.
I'd be remiss if I didn't mention, by the way, don't forget to make sure that you give River City Contracting,
Oh yeah.
River City Concrete, River City Pool and Spa. What?
Perfect time.
wants to know if you got any tinfoil.
Yeah, I do. It's on the
We
table.
are in a live tailgate, folks.
On the table.
Yeah, it is a live tailgate.
Yeah.
He's got an 83 IQ, that guy, but he's nice. Is all get out. So River City.
We're talking tinfoil
Yeah,
and football.
So we opened the show with saying
Shout out River City.
shout out River City Concrete, but you also said River City Contracting, River City
Roofing,
spa,
pool spa,
pool and spa.
irrigation, solar,
Dude,
And I
he's got it all.
a lyrical interpretive dance studio that I'm opening this year.
Oh, good.
Keep the door shut. Shut the door.
Well, to
Shut the
tailgate,
door.
to tailgate, folks.
We're having fun.
We're on a party bus, damn it. This is not the brewing company necessarily.
Hey,
But we
love you guys. Go Big
Yeah.
Red. Iowa sucks.
Yeah. Shout out
Damn
James.
right.
All right, guys, people in the chat.
I love it.
We got about 20 in there right now. Throw in your score predictions. Jared, what do we want to get at? Let's talk about the game a little bit. What are
Yeah,
you
I mean,
excited to see?
What am I excited to
Yeah,
see?
what are you excited to see?
Here's what I'm excited to see.
Game 12.
I'm excited to see Tory Taylor pin Nebraska deep at their own freaking 6-yard line every freaking drive. That's what I'm excited to see.
Is Tory
And
Taylor,
I'm not excited to see that at all. I'm gonna be fucking pissed when that happens.
my legitimate question, with Cooper Dijon Mustard being out, is Tory Taylor the best player on this Iowa team?
Yes.
I think it
But-
really is. Like, that is their
Bro,
MVP.
he's like a 3rd-round draft pick, for God's sake.
Yeah.
He's going to be the highest draft pick since
He's a beast.
Shane Leckler for the Raiders. If people recall, go back in time. Just imagine.
Yeah.
The Raiders that year drafted Shane Leckler and Sebastian Janikowski in the same draft.
Yeah.
Will the Raiders draft Torrey Taylor
I don't know.
and maybe Brian Buccini?
If Brian Buccini gets drafted, I will eat my hat.
If Brian Buccini goes to an NFL roster,
Yeah.
I will eat my hat.
Where does that saying even come from?
I don't know.
I
It just seems so absurd that like I'm so confident that won't happen. I will eat a hat if I have to.
Well, so we saw last year. Shout out to Marcus Washington.
Yeah.
Puts a bone-crushing hit on Cooper DeJean, takes him out of the game, and he also caught a pass himself. The literal definition of no block, no rock. And so, again, for back-to-back years, we don't have Cooper DeJean, who is Iowa's best player. Now, of course, that doesn't take away the fact that Iowa's defense is still very good. When you consider the competition they played, they've done their job defensively for the most part.
Well, and their best defensive player is out.
And he's out.
So people consider that. Like, Cooper DeJean, and I am not anything close to an Iowa fan. That guy is a good-ass player.
He's a playmaker.
I don't think
you can admit that.
I personally don't think he's a Sunday guy because name how many white cornerbacks you see in the NFL. And it's nothing, like, it's not a knock on him. It's just like, find me a good white cornerback in the last 20 years.
I can think of safeties, but not.
But he is a special game-changing type player for Iowa who is not available today.
And the other thing about that too is last year, you could take advantage of the absence of Cooper DeJean because you had
Trey Palmer.
Yeah. You don't have Trey Palmer.
Hey,
Alex Bullock, go. No. Okay, well, hold on. No, come on now. Now let's be serious. Could Malachi
Coleman? That's exactly what I'm going.
We saw
Those guys
Jalen. Go on.
But 100% fill the role. Have they yet? No. But if I am Marcus Satterfield, I'm probably going to run the ball every play. No, I'm just kidding. If I'm Marcus Satterfield, I look at the tape from last year, and I'm like, what did we do well against this Iowa defense? We took the top off.
We did.
And we've had guys the last handful of weeks, young, true freshmen, speed kills, that have taken the top off of teams.
Yeah.
So you're going to see a shot at some point.
Well,
I don't know if it's going to be right away or whatever, but Jalen Lloyd, Malachi Coleman, I know Jaden Doss isn't available, right?
He's available, but we just don't think
he's
he's
going
going to
to
do the
role is he
game.
can have?
Yeah. I think between Jaden and Malachi, they'll take a shot.
I think you said it sarcastically, but you mentioned, run the ball. This Iowa rush defense currently ranked 22 in the country, and on rushing efficiency, Nebraska ranked 18. With the weather how it is, how hard it's going to be to catch the ball with your hands as bricks, I don't see, the run will be a big part of this game. We are going to throw that ball around. I don't see a whole lot of deep shots coming out of this game, but those are going to be, I talked about on the episode on Monday, that this game is going to come down to which offense gets more explosive plays. And so you're going to have to set the tone with that run. And then, like you said, just break that top off and just get going.
And here's the thing, too, is Anthony Grant is out for the season. So it's Emmett.
Well, he's questionable.
I
don't foresee him.
I don't see him playing. That's just me. So you got Emmett, who
is Ives going to play?
He would be available because he hasn't hit his 4-game thing.
Yeah, it's
right?
just like 3, I think.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
So, and you factor in that Satterfield, if you look at the number guy, if you looked at the ratio of run pass, I'm sure it's 65-35. Yeah. I'm sure it's something on paper that I would approve of, but it's like the 65 was when it was working. But then the 35 is like you went away from it when it was working, right?
Yes.
So when it comes to game feel, if you look on paper, okay, well, they rushed the ball 36 times. What do you want? But it's just in those moments when you really needed to run the ball, in those moments where it looked like the run game was really effective, it's like you went away from it for a little bit. And with this offense, with the margin of error being so slim, if you go away from something that is working, even for a play, it's detrimental to your drive.
Yeah.
You're having to punt. You're giving your defense you're putting your defense in a shitty spot once again. So is Satterfield going to commit to the run with just Emmett Johnson today? I hope so.
It's going to be a lot of quarterback run though. In my opinion, if I'm Marcus Satterfield, big brain Marcus Satterfield.
He's smart. He's
big brain, right?
To my concern there is if you go to this run heavy offense, you're going to see those QB runs.
Right.
Do we have an ability to do that with really only Chuba and Jeff Sims? Like, if Chuba goes out,
don't say Jeff Sims.
I had to, because if Chuba, God forbid,
who was the backup? Who did I say? It's actually quarterback 3 now.
Wokey, Washi?
No, it's not Woshi anymore.
No, it's not Woshi.
Longville.
Yeah.
If this team, if I'm Marcus Satterfield, I'm playing with, hey, this is the last game of the season.
Right.
I'm going to be running my quarterbacks, and if he gets hurt, I got Jeff Sims who started 3 games.
Chuba's groin.
And then if Jeff Sims gets hurt, hey, you know what? I know Heinrich's ankle is hurt, but I don't care. I'm running him too. My thing is they're playing this game like it is a playoff game.
And yeah,
you win, you keep going. You lose, you lose. So to me, run the damn quarterback.
Would you say if we die, we die?
If we die, we die.
If Chuba dies, he dies.
And then Jeff Sims, I hope he.
Whoa!
I hope Heinrich comes in.
Again, I'm not saying that Chuba's not an adequate runner. We've seen the flashes. We know he can do it.
Right.
But I don't know how much I want to put Chuba on the line, at least early in the game. If we need to get, late in the second quarter, if we need to get going into that, I'm fine with that. But I don't know that I'd like to see QB runs run very consistently early in the game.
Jared said it in his TikTok, and I think maybe in our show too, where it's like Chuba plays kind of like backyard football.
It's NFL Street. It's NFL Blitz.
Where if Chuba is the passer of the bunch, I like that he has that backyard football type of play where it's like just junkyard, like figure it out. Like when he scored last week against Wisconsin, that was improvised.
That was improvised.
Yeah, just improvised to the key. He did that. That's where I want to see Chuba running, but yeah, I'm cool too with just run a little speed option, keep it simple,
dude. And honestly, besides that overtime first down play where they called that option and it didn't look good, there were a few plays where they had Chuba run the option where it looked pretty good, and so I think that's definitely on the table. And look, you saw Chuba run,
dude. He's fast.
Oh my God. Wait, he has a groin injury?
Do you remember
kidding me?
Do you remember Matt Rule said that all of our quarterbacks are 4-5 guys, and I didn't believe him. I was like, Chuba is not a 4-5 guy.
Hey, do you believe now?
I believe now. The dude hit a gear.
4-5-2.
He hit that second gear, and then everyone was just gone. I want to address one comment that actually comes from Paul Kavalak.
Hey, shout out, Paul.
It says, coldest game of the year for both teams. Likely see more turnovers than we normally see. Paul, we've seen a lot this year.
Nice.
If we see more than we normally see
I
today,
hope that's
we've got a fucking problem.
5's the most, right?
Yeah. If we see more than 5, I'm leaving. Once we get to 5, I'm leaving.
Well, as long as Nebraska can force their own.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Iowa, throws 6 picks or 6 fumbles. I don't care how it happens. You're in for that, right?
So we can. So here's something that I want to point out that I feel like is worthy. This is not the Iowa of old where they would run these stretch plays and 3 of them would go for 2 yards. But here's the thing, they would stick with it and they would eventually break a 50, 60-yard run off of those stretch plays. I think the 3-3-5 is well suited to stop that. But not just that, I think Iowa's offensive line, ever since Chris Doyle got fired for being a racist piece of shit, their lines just haven't been the same. And they still won their 9 games. I get it. I mean, you can credit the defense and the special teams for that.
That's the fairest way.
But I just don't think their lines are as stout as they used to be.
I'm sorry. We have to address that. That's so much worse than the Never Know.
That's a half.
The Never Know kid was fine.
See what it says? My team lost last year.
For those you can't see what we just saw.
Whoa!
It was a man in bibs that were halfway Nebraska, halfway Iowa. And for a lot of games, I am fine with splitting fandom. I get everyone talks about Never Know kid.
That was a lost bet.
It has to be.
It has to be. But Nebraska Iowa split. I'm not going to sit here. The Iowa fans are nice people. I've been to Iowa City a ton of times. But you don't get to split Nebraska, Iowa.
Yeah.
No, you don't get to do that.
Like if you lose a bet, just
Yeah.
wear Iowa shit.
Yeah.
Or if you're an Iowa fan, just wear Nebraska shit.
Hey,
Don't do half and
Jace.
half.
Jake, you see
There's
what
a
it said
blue
on the back?
cooler out there full of Nebraska Brewing
Both
Company
my-
beers.
both
That is
teams
open
won.
to anybody who my team lost last year. So that was his last
Right,
bet.
that's but still,
He still has
just
some
go
pride
all
wearing
in.
his Iowa.
You just gotta go all in. Don't do half
Yeah.
and half.
No, yeah.
Fudge.
So supposedly the bet now with us
Is it ten?
is so the guy if Iowa loses, our Polka bars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jay, you know.
Can you? Yeah, yeah. I know Dan. Yeah.
Yeah. Cole tried
Get
calling
some
me
bird
out.
dog.
All right. All right. Can you guys hear us? Confirm, please. Let us know. Can you hear us? Let us know in the chat.
I expect you shirtless, Cole. Come on.
Hack. I don't know what that means. Let us know if you can hear us in the chat. We are
Yeah, I get
back. Okay, cool.
All right,
Awesome.
we're good.
Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey, we're
Red.
ebbs and flows, baby. We're like I said, we're right outside Memorial Stadium. We're on cell service. We had a generator issue, a hotspot. Everything that could have gone wrong did, and we're still live here in the party bus in North End Zone, Lot 8. If you guys are in Lincoln,
in the house.
yeah. Will is on with us. Give us the score prediction for the game, and I'm gonna let you out there.
I'm gonna say 17-10, Nebraska.
17-10 Nebraska.
Will! That's what I call
Awesome.
my man.
Hell yeah, Will.
Right.
Hey, Will, thanks for following us. Appreciate you popping on.
Fuck the Hawks.
Yeah, there you go. Attaboy.
That seemed
So,
directed.
We've got 20 people in the stream right now. So, Connor, what is your impressions of the quarterback play at Iowa right now?
Quarterback play at Iowa, I mean, it is, I would say, pretty similar to what we're seeing in Nebraska.
I know that's not really your thing.
No.
Yeah.
I would say it's pretty similar to what we're seeing in Nebraska. Without K. McNamara, I even going into the season was saying K. McNamara wasn't going to have that impact that the Iowa fans thought he would. It's just subpar seems too easy to say it that way. But I don't think, like I said, this game isn't going to be a battle of the quarterbacks. It's going to come down to the explosive plays and a battle of the defenses.
No, I think it's going to come to a battle of who turns the ball over less is going to win. Or, I mean, it's going to win, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Brain's
not working.
I mean, that's a safe statement to say, though, right? Like, if you turn the ball over less, you're likely going to win. I think, again, it's going to come down to that defense. It's going to come down to, we know the ball is going to get put on the turf a decent amount today. Can you recover your own?
I pray the ball never hits a turf for Nebraska. I'm just telling
it will.
The team that turns the ball over the most in the country is going to turn it over? No.
Yeah.
Not going to happen.
Are we at 25 or 26?
Yeah.
28. 28? Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm short selling.
Yeah,
and I'm in the mid-20s.
Yeah, the thing is I feel a little bit better about Chubba. He took care of the ball last week at Wisconsin on the road against a really good defense. So let's just see if he can build on that. Talking about Chubba Purdy a little bit, today is like an audition for Chubba Purdy. If Chubba plays well, you could argue that he will be the quarterback next year at Nebraska.
I don't know. Like, again, I agree with you. I don't know that you can call this an audition unless we really go get somebody really good out of the portal. I think Chubba has shown that in his brief stints, he had a full game last week, but he's shown that he's probably the most, I'm not saying he's a complete quarterback, but he's the most complete of what we've got. He's the most polished. I don't know how you could sit here and say that Jeff Sims is even in a question for next year.
Jeff Sims will not be on the Nebraska football roster next year. If anybody thinks that, you are out of your freaking mind.
I don't think Harburg. I'm not short selling him at all. I think he played really well. He did good in the games he needed to do well in. But yeah, I think if Chubba, if he wins this game, then there's no question as to who's starting next year.
Oh, Mr. Michael Severe, hop on the side.
Michael.
You gonna get on the bus? You gonna get on the bus?
Am I gonna get on the bus?
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
live
get on.
right now.
We're live.
Can I go the other way?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Michael.
We got Michael Severe joining us here, host of Severe Reaction.
Long time.
Long time.
Host a Big Red Wrap Up.
Host of Big Red Wrap Up. Our guy, Michael Severe.
Hey, friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod. Michael, welcome back. We are live here. If you guys want to sit down just a little bit. Yeah, so we had some technical difficulties, but the show goes on.
That looks great.
You've been in media for a long time. You just figure it out.
Sound has to be horrible.
Sounds good. All of our audio is in that bag right there. So we had like the whole setup.
There's your audio right there on the floor.
That's the audio, right?
Yeah.
He
doesn't drink. He does not drink.
I appreciate though the warming solution.
Have a great water.
Pretty good. Keeping us warm. Yeah. So I'm assuming, based on what I know about you guys, every one of you picked Nebraska to win.
No.
You did not?
No.
Who did not pick Nebraska to win?
I picked Iowa not only to win, but I predicted them to have a scoring explosion.
14?
24 to 6. 24 to 6.
Let me tell you exactly what's going to happen. Okay, this is what I do. They're going to sack Deacon. They're going to take him to church. They're going to sack Deacon 6 times.
Okay.
He's going to have at least
It's a
one
lot of Big Mac
fumble.
snacks.
I know exactly. One scoop score. So that gives Nebraska an extra touchdown. I think they're going to break at least one long run because they've given up some really long runs.
Yeah.
And I think the other thing that's going to happen is our good friend from Omaha West Side is going to make a field goal.
Okay.
Nebraska's 17 points.
Now, Michael, can I ask you,
You can ask me whatever you want. Because I prefer Reddit. I appreciate it. Because there's not a lot of people that do.
Yeah.
Why not? Besides stealing the souls, you're great people. We're crazy. We're crazy. That's fine.
So I was bringing up the point about Chris Doyle. Ever since he got fired for being a piece of shit, not a great human. Yeah. I just feel like the Iowa offensive line hasn't been the same.
Yeah, and the injuries too. I mean, you're missing your starting center, your guard's out. You can't continually have, Outland Trophy or Lombardi Trophy winning guys. But yeah, you're right. They've changed their strength-wise. Also, who's ever known a strength and conditioning guy who was nice?
That's true.
I mean, I don't think you should ever be. Obviously, you shouldn't be racist. And you shouldn't be any of those things. I'm not saying that.
Michael Samir, not for racism.
But they're never nice people. They're just not nice people.
Yeah.
They're not, in general. They're mean to you. They talk about how much you weigh or don't weigh. All they do is ridicule you until the end, where they're like, "Hey, great job. You look great now. Go out there."
And those are usually players 10 years after they.
Yeah, I love it. He changed my life. It's like a drill sergeant. You think at the time I'm like, oh, my drill sergeant Loader was a great guy. No, he was not a great guy. He had me doing push-ups into my own toothpaste stuff. It was gross. But yeah, in the end, they make you better people usually. And that's what he was. All those guys are that way. Here's my thing about Nebraska and their strength and conditioning. You can legitimately see the difference in the way those guys look. Just come out here after the game and watch them leave it.
Yeah.
They just look better.
Yeah.
And that's what Iowa was. Every time we go to Iowa games, I always go down on the field before, and you just look. The guys look good. They look like they're supposed to look. The wide receivers are lean and they look good. The big offensive linemen, the hog balls, they look good. Defensive linemen do. Nebraska's getting that way, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, without being racist.
Nebraska was known as the all bust team, though. I think in the last few years of the former guy.
I guess that's
they looked the part.
Well, the best looking guy on the team though is the strength and conditioning coach. He's the one that leads them out of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Coming out of the tunnel with our strength and conditioning coach. No, I don't know. They haven't looked right. I mean, even Ben Hart, as tall and long as he is, always had kind of a frumpy look.
Yeah.
You look at Piper. Piper looked frumpy before he got injured. He didn't look frumpy. Ben Hart looks as good as he's ever looked and playing as well as he's ever looked.
Yeah, I actually hope he comes back.
He's coming back.
They're all lines.
I think he's coming back. I think Ben Hart's coming back.
I heard that.
Did you watch the video?
Well,
no, the video. There's a video out of all the seniors who are walking.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's a couple surprises, like Reimer's on there.
I'm gonna go with this one.
And who's the other one that was a surprise? Yeah.
Reimer's, he's done, though. He doesn't have any eligibility.
Yeah, well, not Reimer. Who was there was somebody that was a surprise. Let me see who it was.
Not Corcoran.
Turner, honestly, I would be surprised.
He was not on there. He was not on the
I
video.
hope he's coming.
I didn't see Turner on the video. I watched the whole video. Also, by the way, about 2 hours earlier today, the line went to 4.5. Did you see that? It jumped to 4.5.
4.5?
Yeah, it jumped for about a half an hour. It was 4.5.
Did Kirk get food poisoning last
night?
night?
It was because that center got named out. Because their center got named out. And that's what happened.
My big question, when we went from 1.5 point dog to a 2.5
Gifford and
point
Gunnarsson
favorite.
were the two that surprised me.
Oh yeah.
Gifford.
Vegas.
Those were the two. Yeah.
But yeah, my biggest question was, does Iowa consider sitting some starters leading into Indianapolis?
Well, let me ask you this question.
You're gonna get
Does sitting any of the starters help them win next week?
No, they're not winning next week regardless.
They all the rest.
Kurt hates Nebraska.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like legit. We used to go to we were the Big 12 media days forever. And the last year, 2010, we went to both. We went to Big 10 media days and Big 12 media days, both of them. We were the only people at Big 10 media days for Nebraska. We get there, and Kurt sees us, and he remembers us. He knows who we are. And he's like I can't wait for Nebraska to come into the Big 10. And we're like, oh, really? Not thinking it's because he wanted to kick their ass.
Hell yeah.
And he's always had that. The biggest I club is right over in Council Bluffs. They have a huge fan base over on that side. They want to beat Nebraska because there's a player at Lewis Central, wherever, they can get that player to go to Iowa opposed to going to Nebraska. So that's all they think.
And listen,
they're motivated.
Iowa knows Nebraska's playing for a bowl game.
Yes, they do.
And they know how much a bowl game means to us. Yeah. And they would love nothing more than to have a Ferentz family reunion.
Yep.
Like, we won this for Brian.
Yeah. You see them crying? They were crying last week.
If that happens today, Michael,
that'd be horrible.
They had everything to play for last year.
Yeah.
And they didn't show up at the beginning. They did show up towards the second half.
If that game was 62 minutes long, it'd probably end up.
Yeah.
Do you think this year is a revenge game for Nebraska preventing that Big Ten West appearance last year?
It's a revenge game for Iowa.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
definitely.
Iowa's coming.
Oh
in
yeah,
like,
it's
fuck
definitely
Nebraska.
it's a revenge game for Iowa. Plus, they want to have momentum going into whatever the Big Ten championship game is next week.
And you're right, it's a recruiting thing.
And it's definitely he believes in that.
Yeah.
I went to the iClub thing probably about 15 years ago, and just covering it for Channel 7, and that was the whole thing they talked about was owning this area, owning Western Iowa, owning that. Nebraska gets a lot of players from there. If Iowa can continue to go, you want to go there or do you want to win?
We might be getting a big lineman from there. Do you think this is Ferentz's last game?
I would not be surprised.
I
think he stood.
Well,
we know.
Right. I think. I honestly think he's retiring.
I wouldn't be shocked at all, even though what he said. They tweeted out 2 weeks ago that hey, this is my job. I want to stay here. I want to do this. But I really think that was just to hold the team together.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Smoke. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
I wouldn't be surprised.
What is this year? 22 or 23?
1999.
1999.
Yeah, 99.
Yeah, they played here.
Let's ask the Iowa fan. Does he
Stop it. You stop it.
do you think he's going to retire or do you think he's not?
No.
Yes or no question.
Do you have kids? Do you have kids?
No, I don't.
You have kids? You have kids?
I have a kid.
You have a kid? Okay, so I got 2 kids. They're both teenagers, 17 and 14. If the High V manager fired my kid, I wouldn't go to High V anymore. His kids got fired by a school where you coach.
He's pissed off.
He doesn't wear the logo on his.
I wouldn't be surprised if he left.
Would you be mad? Would you be mad if your kid got fired from that High V because of incompetence?
What do you call it? What is their record? What is their record? What is their record?
Let me ask you this. If he retires, in spite of Iowa, does he come back as an offensive line coach for Nebraska?
hey,
Loyola!
Here's the thing about Brian Ferentz, okay? He is doing what he is asked to do. Yes. His head coach wants to play football that way.
This is their identity.
His head coach wants to win special teams. They're the only. I did some research. I went back. They were the only team.
Just don't drink the whole thing.
Consecutive years of being in the top 7 of special teams efficiency on ESPN. They were the only team. 4 straight years of being in the top 7 of special teams efficiency. That's incredible. LeVar Woods, who's the next head coach at Iowa.
You think so?
He called it.
Wow.
You heard it here
I think he's the next coach at Iowa, and I think the UTS coach, Trailer, is the next coach at A&M. After today, they go into Tulane, they beat Tulane, and they go in and they name. But he's doing what this asked to do. So can you really blame Brian Ferentz for the offense that his dad wants him to run?
If they fight, listen, Iowa's getting greedy. They got their 9 wins.
Yeah.
They're like Nebraska.
We have seen this before.
We have seen this movie, and it's. What more do you want, Iowa fans? What more do you want?
You're seeing it north of here. You're seeing it in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Wisconsin got to a point where they're like, I like where we are, but we've got to win the Big Ten title, so we have to go to something else.
Yeah.
Air raid. And you always got to go backwards.
But do you think that that's less of like they're so far away now from the Barry Alvarez effect that maybe Wisconsin is just.
I think Chris
They've lost
McIntosh.
their ways.
Chris McIntosh wanted to put his stamp on the program. He also wanted to contend for a national championship.
Yeah.
And he didn't think where they were contend for national championship. And he was kind of right because I think it was kind of falling apart.
Yeah.
But I look at that. Sometimes you got to do it. I know it sucked in 04. I remember it very well. It sucked in 04. Bill Callahan was a soundbite of a minute.
Oh, yeah.
But by 05 and 06, you could see the team get to a point where, okay, this is what he wants. Now, they beat Oklahoma and Kansas City. All bets are off what happens in this program. We have no idea. That recruiting class would have been amazing in 07 because of that. Everything would have been different. You're going to play, I think, TCU in a New Year's Day Bowl. All of that would have happened. You just got to be able to get that one game, that one win. Wisconsin's been one game away from it. They think by changing they can get it. Iowa's been one game away from it.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
So, as we talk about new coaches for different programs, are you concerned at all about the rumors that SDSU has reached out to Tony White?
No. He's where he's not going. He's not going to San Diego. He's not going to San Diego State University. I know people there. I know boosters there. Maybe they won't get it, but they want a big name head coach.
Yeah.
They believe that after next year, they're going to be in the new Pac-12. And they believe they need a coach commensurate with that. And they think they need to go out and get a big name guy who is coached as a head coach in the Power 5. Okay. They may not get it, but that's what they're going for.
Michael,
the same thing Syracuse is going for, by the way.
Do you think he would take another DC job like a USC?
No, I don't think he would leave here. I think Trev would pay him the amount he needed to pay him to keep him.
Yeah.
They need to pay him. We talked to Trev, was that 3 weeks ago now on Big Red Wrap Up,
and he said, "Look, when everything comes up at the end of the season, the books will open and it will show that he did a good job." But let me say this about Tony White: doing a great job.
Yeah.
When has Matt Rule not had a good defense?
Yeah, like he said it.
They're always salty.
When
Yeah.
it's not, even at Carolina, it sucked playing them early last year. I'm a Saints fan. I know. It sucked playing them. They always had a good defense. He'll have a good defense whether it's Tony White or not. Whether it's a 3-4 or not. Whether it's a 4-4 something else. It doesn't matter. He's going to have a good defense because he believes in defense.
And
Okay,
like,
what about have you guys talked about the offensive coordinator? Are we sold on him?
You can't make a change. Like
it's tough to do it after year one. I know Matt Rule has done that. I believe after year 2, I think at Temple and Baylor.
Well, who did he demote at Baylor from offensive play calling?
yeah.
Who did he demote?
Yeah.
And then he hires him. I don't get that at all. I'll never understand
See,
that.
and that's the
Hey,
thing.
Coach Darlington, woo!
Oh, is that him?
Yeah.
That's Coach Darlington. Oh, man,
Yeah.
that's great. Battling through. He don't care about the weather.
You don't give a shit.
That's right.
All
Well,
kinds of weather, baby.
That's like
So he's having a great time right
Isn't
now.
he? Does
He's
he
having
live,
a great
does he live
time.
down in Arizona?
No, that's the other. That's the
Charlie
McBride. Thank you. Yeah.
McBride was in Michigan, actually.
Oh, he used to.
You guys know, yeah.
So
Maybe
McBride.
I think he's Summers in it.
We
He
interviewed
might.
him.
So
We interviewed McBride, and there was a tornado that cut power to his house.
Yeah.
He turned on his phone so he could continue.
Oh,
the interview.
wow.
So
yeah.
Charlie McBride
These guys are hard.
dedicated
Okay.
over his parents' house in Michigan.
Okay.
And they live like on a lake out there.
Okay, I think he's Summers though, or Winters.
He
in
might. Yeah,
Arizona.
he might. Yeah. He-
Darlington lives here.
You want to talk about a guy who loves Nebraska and Nebraska fans? That's Charlie McBride.
Oh yes, no doubt.
That dude, he
gets
was
it.
like, "Are you guys tired yet?" Because we went through a rainstorm, power outage, all this stuff.
Yeah.
And we had to talk for 2 hours. And he's like, "Are you guys done with me yet?"
We'll talk all night.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's like,
He's a bad man.
I know you
You
got your thing.
It's my wife calling. I was like,
Listen, that's your wife.
maybe she's watching.
doubt it.
Oh, Kim commented and said hi, by the way.
Hey! That is our landing spot.
You got to give us 2 predictions.
Sure. What do you want?
The first one that I'm curious to know your thoughts of: how many times does Tory Taylor pin Nebraska in their own 8? And
Well,
number 2.
let me say, can I predict it a different way?
Right, yeah.
I can predict that there will not be one catch of a punt inside the 8 for Nebraska.
I love it.
Now, he may pin them there because it rolls in,
Right.
or he kicks out of bounds. I don't think there'll be one. I think that is something they concentrate all week on. We will have 2 guys back on punt return, and we will not catch 2 guys back, and we will not catch the ball inside of our own 8 yard.
Love it.
That's what
Heels at the 8 or heels at the 10?
It's always
the 10.
the 8.
It's always-
it
now
used
it's
to
the
be
8.
the 10.
Okay.
But then you got all these Australian rules punters came in with all this reverse spin and stuff, and now it's the 8.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Now the
So
second
heels
one,
at the 8.
I did not watch Big Red Wrap Up. I apologize. You suck. I know I do. Give us your prediction for today. Scoring prediction if you like.
Yeah.
But
I did it earlier.
Yeah.
17 points for Nebraska. I gave you the 17
Yeah.
where they're going to score, and I think Iowa gets 10. Okay. I think it's 17-10. Nebraska wins. Your original total for this thing when it opened was 27.
Yep.
I got it at 27.
Yeah, of
but
course you did.
I got it at 27.
Got it high.
Hold on,
Yeah.
you got it at 27. And
Yeah.
you called 17-10. So what did you take? The over or the under?
I took the under.
You took the under at 27.
Yeah. I mean, legitimately, it's gonna for my thing to happen. It's gonna require a punt, fumble, return
You're
to get the extra touchdown. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's 13-10.
At 25.5, you still taking that under?
Well, you see this morning it's 24.
It's at 24 now?
24. It's at 24.
Hey, we're
Yes,
number one in
it's the
football,
lowest
baby.
ever.
It was 20.
Now, Mike, you have to ask your question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the last question, and then Severe, you get the heck out of here.
All right, bub.
Okay. Given Nebraska's current state in college football, they haven't made a bowl game since 2016.
Only Power 5.
The only Power 5. So you know this field.
Kansas was the last.
He knows.
Do Nebraska fans have the right to storm the field if they beat Iowa?
No!
Oh! Michael!
No!
Have fun!
First of all, 2 things.
Hey, I'm with
I
you.
haven't had a drink since 2002. So I haven't had fun since then. But you, and I know this is silly to say, but you've been there, you've done that so many
man.
times. When's the last time they
Boomer.
stormed? I'm old. I'm 24 years old. When's the last time they stormed the field at home?
94.
94.
Colorado, right?
Colorado.
Or was that 92 Colorado?
I think it's like 92. It's the Halloween game, right? Yeah. Isn't that what I understand? It's a Halloween game?
52-7, yeah.
What do you, because you beat Iowa? Because you beat
Yeah.
Iowa? Who
Yeah.
just fired their offensive coordinator?
So they're ranked.
Yeah.
Ranked game.
Yeah, it's a ranked game.
We haven't beat them since 2011.
Okay, another thing is, have you ever looked at this stadium from the inside? It's not like it's easy for the students to get
No,
over
it's
that.
not.
You're right.
Because you have the wall, and you have that little area where they
Yeah.
It's not easy. It's not like other stadiums where you just climb over and you get down. It's not easy to get onto the field.
Yeah.
Well, hey Mike, we just gotta be about it.
So
Hey,
I would not personally. If anybody inside the stadium or in the stadium, do not
No,
storm
it's
the field.
Come on!
Do not storm the field.
I
It's
said-
so childish.
I said you can storm the field if you're unranked and you get a top 10 team. Go get it. Go have
I don't
fun.
think he's in
You
that
got to get top 10.
I don't think I would storm the field for almost anything.
Mm.
I mean, literally. So when they beat Oklahoma in what was that? When they beat Oklahoma in 2009.
Yeah.
2009. When they beat that Oklahoma team.
Yeah, 10-3.
That was a big
I
win
was
for
there.
Nebraska. It was huge.
Hell yeah.
You had the whole play where they flipped the field.
Five
They
interceptions.
stormed in, did they?
Nope.
No, that was Oklahoma. That was an actual.
But we never saw.
Hey,
We
we are
never
better
saw the
than-
lows that we've
Oh,
seen.
there's no doubt.
Yeah.
So
We've
you're
never seen the
doing
lows.
it out of spite.
You're doing
Well,
it because
well, yeah. I mean, we're
it's a new dawn.
kinda.
Like
I love PM Dawn, one of my favorite bands in the
Little
90s.
PM down.
But no, I would not. No New Dawn or nothing else. I'm not storming the field. There's no
All
way.
right.
First of all, too, it's too damn cold. Is there a temperature? Is there a temperature where you can't storm the field?
Mike said that if we win today, he will be shirtless on the 50-yard line.
that was Jared.
You
waving
said
around my
something.
head like Didi Pablo. Waving
North
around my head
Carolina!
like a helicopter.
I would love. I would say I'd love to see that. It's not true. I hope
It
to
would
see
be funny to see.
I hope to see it.
I don't want to see it, but I'll do it.
It's nothing like a redhead because you'll be so red.
It's red and white.
It's
It's
like
like
just so red.
it's so weird looking.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Might
Yeah.
think you're a red.
You might go to the hospital too.
That's more Nebraska.
That's what Kyle is another Kyle.
Yeah. Go Big Red Baby.
This is a great show. I hope everybody listens. I actually tune in. I listen to you guys.
We love
Every week I watch it. I'm a big fan. I watch all of the. Oh, real quick. Monday, just to promote something. Monday, we're going to announce the Jet Award who I work for. Hold on.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is it- oh, you
Showed
got
off.
I have the jacket on.
Oh.
Well, he doesn't wear Nebraska. He can't
Oh,
wear
yeah.
Nebraska.
Jet Award jacket. So we're going to announce the player of the year, Mr. Football for high school football.
Awesome.
We're announcing that on Monday. Everybody pretty much knows who it is, but
Is
we're going to
that
announce it on.
Benny?
No, actually, no. It's going to be Anthony Rizak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How can people tune in?
Huh?
Can
Oh,
they-
actually,
is there-
we won't. We're not going to make a live announcement or anything like that. We're just going to put it out on social media that he's going to be the winner of Mr. Football. We will have a live announcement on December 7th of our finalists for the Jet Award. The 3 finalists for the Jet Award, the most outstanding returner.
So Billy
And
Cobb
Severe reaction. Is,
I wish that was the case. Severe reaction is a Sunday morning
Is
still.
still Sunday morning.
It's
Okay.
Sunday. It's severe delayed reaction because it'll be Sunday morning a day.
Yeah.
You get time to think about
That's
it.
on the zone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
I don't like that actually. I love
Yes.
doing Big Red overreaction on the zone right after the game where you had to just like your brain had to go.
Yeah.
Because I do like being able to look at all the stats and kind of pull up analytics and stuff and do some history, but I do like just to being able to do it.
Good luck
immediately.
today.
I like.
Hope you fucking
A lot of
lose.
emotions stirring.
Yes, it is.
A lot of alcohol flowing. Thank you, sir.
You say a
We'll
lot
see
of
you later.
stupid stuff on that show
Yeah.
because you really haven't had a chance to think it all. And the Sunday morning show, at least I have a chance to kind of put my thoughts together a little bit more. So
Yeah.
And then of course, Big Red Wrap Up. It's the last Big Red Wrap Up in the studio over at Nebraska Public Media. As soon as we're done on Tuesday, starting on Wednesday, we're gonna tear the thing down. So if Nebraska makes a bowl game, we're doing the next show after that from the stadium.
Oh,
right.
hell
We'll
yeah.
do it from the
All right.
stadium. Yeah, we'll
All
probably
right.
be over there in West Stadium. So it's what is it? Southeast Stadium is where we'll be doing the show from if they make a bowl game. So it'd be awesome.
Win.
We love it.
Win, just win, baby.
Yeah,
Please.
win.
Just win.
Just
I don't
win.
care how if it's
Win
3-0.
Win.
I'll take 3-0, 3-2. You know,
Oh my God.
solo home run
2-0.
game.
That's
Whatever it takes.
Hell
Just
yeah.
win the damn game, beat Iowa, and make a bowl game. You know who I want to make a bowl game for? The band. The band has not. My kids in the band at Central. The band is not going to a bowl game. None of these people have been to a bowl game. Let's get the band to the bowl game.
Yeah.
Let's get them to Yankee Stadium.
No.
20 degrees.
Vegas. Vegas, baby. We're going to Vegas. That's where we're going.
I'm all in on
Vegas. Vegas is the perfect trip. It's not right on Christmas Day, not right after. It's a perfect
Isn't
setup.
it
It's
26
Vegas.
though?
Yeah, it's after Christmas.
Yeah, that'd be tricky.
Which is not bad. It's fine.
That'd be
Do
tricky.
your little Christmas stuff on the 24th, which is fine, and then go into Vegas.
I got a 5-day-old. That's gonna be tricky.
Well, you bring him to Vegas.
Yeah.
What happens in Vegas? 5 years old can't remember in Vegas.
Exactly.
Yeah, it'd be great. Thanks, guys.
All
I
right,
appreciate it.
Mike,
Mike,
we
we appreciate
yourself.
you.
Enjoy yourself.
Hey.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Love the
We'll get you back in the
Thank you.
brewery
Were we
soon,
shaking
man.
hands?
All right,
Yeah,
what-
what's
what-
up? Anytime I've never turned down
Now I know your sweet tea thing too.
I've
so.
never turned down.
Yeah.
I like diet sweet tea.
Diet sweet teas. Yeah, I got
and
you
only
regular.
gold leaf.
Yeah, I got you gold leaf,
Gold
but I
leaf.
didn't
You
get
nailed
the
it.
diet
You nailed
one.
it. You nailed it. Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michael.
Hey,
Thanks, guys.
Michael.
See you later, brother.
All right, I think we're at a good point now, guys. Let's just do our. We've had time to think since Monday.
Yes.
Let's do our scoring predictions. Revamp.
Well, have you changed? I've changed mine. I have. Have you guys changed yours at all?
No.
Not even a little.
I'm a change.
No.
I've had 3 people come on this bus and confirm my score prediction. I feel great.
Okay, well, let's go through them again. Jared, you changed.
Mm-hmm.
What is your new scoring prediction? And drop your scoring predictions in the chat, guys.
Here's the thing.
And we have 20 of you in here right now. We appreciate you listening. Follow us at NBNR Podcast.
Hell yeah. You got all the socials underneath.
Yeah, make sure you guys follow us on all those platforms. It helps us out a lot. You have no idea.
We need help.
Yeah.
Now, I've been drinking a lot of Bird Dog whiskey. I'm going to be sitting in that goddamn stadium. It's going to be 20-something degrees.
And we're going to be louder than hell.
I want to be positive. So that's why I'm going to say Nebraska is going to win.
Wow.
18-13. It's going to be something. 9 safeties, I don't know. Or 6 field goals, I don't know. Don't ask me how or even why. I guess the why is because I want to be positive and the Bird Dog whiskey. But 18-13, Nebraska.
I'm still rocking.
Fuck Iowa.
This is right here. It feels mean.
I love Ryan, but fuck Iowa.
Hey, you can still love Ryan and fuck Iowa. I'm just saying.
That's fair.
I do it every day. You can also make love. No.
No,
Connor, what do you got?
I'm still rocking it. I've said it all week. I've heard it here several times today.
That's right.
17-10 Nebraska.
Wow.
Hey.
Connor gets to piggyback on Mr. Severe's.
I put that score out on Monday.
I know. You know what? I'm more of a shut up and prove it kind of guy.
Right.
I'm not changing what I said. I think Iowa will have a scoring explosion in Memorial Stadium. We are a slump buster, not only in wins and losses and all that stuff, but I think also in offense.
Their offense is going to do things.
Their offense is going to have the best day they've had since they played an FCS team. I think they win 24-6, and I pray to God I'm wrong.
Here's what I fear.
I have to speak it into existence so that we win.
Here's what I fear. Here's what I fear.
24-6.
The last thing that I want to say, I know you're trying to wrap up. Shut up. Me, shut up. The last thing that I want to see is play action pass with Deacon Hill with his 270-pound fucking frumpy body.
Deacon cheeseburgers, baby.
Going on a fucking bootleg and hitting the tight end for a 7-yard.
That's going to happen.
That's going to happen over and over.
Yeah,
it's just a little bootleg with a fat-ass quarterback hitting the tight end for a 7-yard gain and getting first down. I don't want to see it.
Yep.
But, Mike, that's kind of what you're predicting a little bit.
No, I think Iowa will finally have the offensive. So that's the thing, though. It's fitting because this is Brian Ferentz' last regular season game as an offensive coordinator at Iowa. Maybe the Ferentz in general. This might be the last game, regular season Big Ten game of the Ferentz regime.
No Ferentz family reunion at the 50-yard line. Fuck that.
No. That's going, in my opinion, until prove it. I want to see it. That could happen. I've seen this team the last handful of weeks.
I've seen this movie.
They're mentally soft.
I've seen this team for the past 20 years.
Yes. So I hope I'm wrong. Iowa's going to win 24-6. So, all right, guys, I think we can sign off. Let's go do a little tailgating ourselves, and then we'll go in the stadium here in a little bit.
As always,
I don't know if those things just don't work in the cold.
fuck Iowa. Beat Iowa! Please. And GVR.
Woo!
Get the fuck out. Get the